She's a mother, a doctor, and now the executive mayor of the city of Johannesburg. Mayor, it's been a contentious couple of weeks, not only for the Democratic Alliance, but politics in general in the city of Johannesburg. Are you concerned at all ahead of the finalization of those agreements with your coalition partners?
I'm not concerned. I am excited about the opportunity and what this could mean, not only for Johannesburg, but for South Africa. We're seeing increasingly, and we saw this in 2016, that we're starting to move into coalition politics more and more as a country. And it's so important for us to perfect the model. We had a trial run from 2016 to 2019. It was rocky. I was part of that administration. I was a councillor. I served as an MMC for the first 3 of the 5 years. There were many learnings in that time that we can bring into this 5 years. So it's better that I was there. It would have been worse had we had an outsider coming in and trying to lead a coalition who had not been part of the failed coalitions. So that's where failure is such a beautiful teacher. And so, no, I don't really have concerns. Also, we built relationships in the last 5 years with other political parties in council. Of course, we only had 11 parties in 2016. We now have 18 political parties. So democracy is maturing. There's growth. You know, we need to reach out to the smaller parties we've never had engagements with and also ensure that they feel represented in the council. Each and every single one of those 270 seats is important, and we will continue with relationship building, ongoing relationship management, ensuring representation, even in all decision making. But we'll also start by putting together a multi-party government that will represent all constituencies of Johannesburg so that we rebuild together.
Mm-hmm. Now, as the new mayor, you are now in the business of building confidence in terms of your constituency. Exactly how do you plan on doing that, and how soon can they expect you to deliver on the promises that you made?
Well, my constituency is all the residents of Johannesburg. We've got a very diverse city, and that's been where the challenge has been in the past, is that we want to focus on a particular constituency and neglect others, and that's so unnecessary. I come from the Democratic Alliance, and we believe in diversity, we believe in equal opportunity for all, and we're going to make sure that all residents are taken care of. But also this multi-party formation that we're busy constituting is going to do exactly that. It's actually a safety net for our residents. Whether you're in the suburbs or you're in an informal settlement, you can be assured that somebody has your back, you know, around the table. And that for me is the biggest assurance I want to give to our residents, that the election result they gave us was disappointing for us as political parties because we each wanted a majority. It's so easy to go in as the Democratic Alliance. We've workshopped solutions. We've got a manifesto. We know exactly what we want to do. But now we're forced to say to Action SA, to say to the ANC, to say to the EFF, to say to other parties, what is it that you want to see happening? We're forced to be inclusive. And the biggest winner in all of this is our residents.
And how soon can we expect you to hit the ground running?
Well, I need to put a government together. I'm working very closely with party leadership. We are engaging other political parties. We want to have a government going in the next few days. The administration had already planned a swearing-in ceremony for tomorrow, but I had to say, let's hold off a bit. We did not get a majority win. We need to be accommodating. We need to be inclusive. But I am hoping that by next week, we can have a swearing-in ceremony of the mayor and the MMCs, and we can hit the ground running.
Absolutely. Mayor, just in terms of business confidence for the city of Johannesburg, how do you plan on engaging that investor narrative?
Well, we've been very clear from the onset that we are pro-business. We are very clear on our mandate as government. It's not our mandate to create jobs. It is the business sector that's going to create jobs. And our role is to create an enabling environment for business to thrive, help us grow the economy and create jobs. But there's also problems that we're faced with as government that we cannot resolve on our own. And a good example of that is the power issue. And we've said through and throughout the campaign that we're going to be opening up for greater participation by independent power producers. So that's one area where we've already said, hey, if you're an independent power producer, we're going to be needing you in the next 5 years to increase the capacity of the city to supply electricity to all constituents in different forms. We want to stimulate competition. We want to lower the cost of supplying electricity, but we also want to offset load shedding. We don't want this Eskom monopoly that has led the city to where it is today. We want to restore functionality and normality. So that's just one example. But throughout all the sectors, we'll be opening our doors. Joburg is open for business. We're going to grow the city together.
And I mean, the subject on electricity is very controversial. So I think, all eyes will be on you just regarding that. Just lastly from my side, people know you as councillor, or we all know you as councillor in the city of Johannesburg, as a doctor, and now finally the executive mayor. What don't our viewers know about you?
I think what our viewers don't know and what I need them to know is that my journey started many years ago. This is a culmination of many, many years of a vision that I've always had to serve humanity. In medical school, I dropped out for 2 years. I wanted to be a missionary and I wanted to go into Africa. I really have a heart for the continent. But after much thought and much mentorship and advice, I was advised to go back and do it as a professional. I'm so grateful for that advice because I'm here today. But 11 years ago, I made the biggest decision of my life, closed down my business, went back to school, and that's when I moved to Johannesburg, in fact, because I was accepted at Wits University to specialize in public health medicine. I was so interested in seeing how systems work because I saw poverty, abject poverty, as a doctor that led to ill health. I saw that people are living in overcrowded spaces. They don't have access to electricity. They don't have access to clean running water, proper sanitation. They live in dirty environments. They're unemployed. And I realized my limitation as a medical doctor in helping them. You keep giving medication to these people, you send them right back into the same environment. They keep coming back. And it was 11 years ago that I made the decision to close down my business, go back to school, be equipped for solution driving. I didn't know that I would be based in Joburg driving solutions, but here I am today. I ended up settling in Johannesburg. 5 years later, I became an MMC. 10 years later, I'm now executive mayor. So for me, it's so rewarding to see the culmination of the sacrifice because it has been a journey of sacrifice. I gave up a lot. I gave up my comfort, my lifestyle. I sacrificed my kids, and their comfort as well. But to see that it's come to this, it's really rewarding, and we need to make this count because it took a lot more than one election, a lot more than votes, and I appreciate all of that, but it took a lot. It took a journey of sacrifice and a vision to see people in a better place.
Well, Executive Mayor Mpho Phalatse, always a lovely pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Let's continue the conversation.